Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, podcast.
Okay, welcome back, everyone, to part 2 of Behind the Creative with Miss Corner.
Hello, it's Katie. We're back. And better than
This is
part 2.
Part 2, and it's been 2 weeks. It's the last one.
We had to take a little brief interruption from our podcast, part 1, because I flew to Texas. So I'm back now, though, so it's all good. And we're here for part 2.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna get straight into it. If I'm looking at my phone, it's because I have questions. So, actually, this kind of ties in from yesterday.
Yes.
But walk us through how you do your merch. Like, how long does that take?
Ooh.
And how do you have designers for it? Like,
Yes.
how does this work?
Okay, so I launched merch 2 years ago on my birthday. That was the first time I ever launched merch.
Okay.
And because that was before I didn't have a team working for me, and I was still doing everything by myself. So launching merch when you have a group of a support system, aka my team and my management and all that, versus just my dad and I doing it.
Your dad?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
two very completely different ways of doing it, and I think it's fun to talk about because the growth is insane. But basically, we researched fulfillment companies and fulfillment centers and how to do it best, and we used Shopify and Printify, which are really, really big.
Oh yeah, no, they're
They're huge. They're big fulfillment companies, and so basically Printify prints your design and Shopify ships it out. So we did it like that.
Oh, so you didn't have to have any inventory? You didn't?
No,
you
I didn't have anything, which was exactly what I wanted because
Perfect.
I didn't want to have to package, ship, label, all of that myself because that is so much work.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when we had Shopify and Printify be able to do it, it was so much easier. But once we decided on that, we had a logo competition. So basically, I went on a website, we found this website, and we gave them a brief kind of outline of what I wanted my logo or the design on the merch to be.
Yeah.
And back then it was a sunflower and it said Katie's Corner. Obviously we've upgraded.
Yeah.
But
I remember,
do you remember
coming to school and I saw you
wearing it?
I think it was gray. The gray.
I had so many colors.
And it said Katie's Corner, it had the sunflower.
Yep. I had so many colors of this design. And I think for my first ever merch launch it was appropriate at the time. But I
remember when your brother would wear it.
Oh yeah, my brother, everybody in my family wore it. It was so comfy. It was so comfy. But basically, I went on this website and we put I want a sunflower, I wanted to say Katie's Corner. And then I had thousands of logos be submitted. And then I literally just went through and chose the one I want, and we added a little modifications, and that was the first launch and did really well. I think it was suitable for my first ever merch launch.
Yeah.
And then this one, I've kind of been hinting at it as, yes, I'm dropping new merch. I don't
No,
know
guys,
when.
when you see... Have you posted it? on your
No, I
story?
haven't posted it anywhere.
When you guys see this merch, you're literally gonna cry.
It's so
It is
cute.
so good.
I showed it to Austin yesterday, and he was like, I didn't even know. It was so...
It looks so good, you wouldn't even know it's
merch. Then that's exactly what I was going for. So basically with my last merch, it was very much my name plastered across the front.
Yeah.
I wanted the opposite this time. I wanted people to want to buy it even if they don't know who I am.
Yeah.
You know? And I wanted everybody to feel inclusive wearing it. So I obviously have a team now, and they've been asking me about merch, and we went through a process of me deciding what I wanted to put on it for literally months. It's been over a year.
Since your last merch?
Or no, 2 years since my last merch, a year of me deciding what I want to put on this new merch. Because I couldn't decide what I wanted, because it's so hard to find something that represents you as a person and a brand that you think will sell well, and something that you genuinely want to put out, I could put my face on a t-shirt, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know. I'm really excited about what it's going to be. So we had a team. I have my team. They reached out to a bunch of fulfillment and production companies for merch as well. And then a bunch of them got back to me. I got to choose one that I thought would be the best. I hopped on a call with them. We did a few calls. We planned, designed colors. We communicated on what the font was going to be.
That must be ridiculously long because you have to choose.
It's a long process.
You have to choose the color, all the colors, the font, the design, obviously.
Yeah. The quality, what you want to put it on.
And then who to fulfill, who to...
There's just so many back and forths that you go through, and we went through that for months and months and months, and I got the first samples, and I really, really like it. There's just a few modifications that I'm going to do, get back to them, and then it should be dropping soon. So merch is a long process. It's not something you can whip up in 2 weeks or a few months. Like mine, I've been designing this new collection for like a year. So I'm really excited about it.
That's literally crazy.
Yes.
Okay, who are your role models in like YouTube and then like outside of YouTube?
Okay. Role models. I think there's a lot of people that I look up to. I think finding somebody who's on the same path as you and like wanting to take that path is really inspirational. There's this YouTuber named MyFam, whatever. And I've been looking up to her and like watching her videos. You can pull her up. It's MAIPHAM. And I've been watching her videos for so long, and she just lives like my idealistic dream life, and I want to be her. We've talked a few times over Instagram.
No way.
Yeah, because I'm like.
Would you do a collab with her?
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with her. I want everything to do with her. I've talked about her on my channel like a gazillion times because I love her that much.
I found her.
And she lived in LA by herself, and she does all the things that I do. She prioritizes self-help and self-love, and prioritizing yourself and the people that you love and are surrounded by. And she goes to the gym every day, and she cooks healthy meals, and she lives with her dog, and she just like is literally like my idealistic dream life.
Yeah.
And she didn't go to college, and she's successful. So it's really cool to see that people are doing like stuff and being so successful in something that they're so passionate about. Yeah. So she lived in LA for the longest time, and then she moved to New York recently.
No way.
Her apartment is crazy. Like she posted these pictures on Instagram. Oh my gosh. Like the view, please pull it up. The view is insane. Like it's insanity. And I'm literally going to New York next weekend. And
what? So you're gone again?
Yeah, I'm leaving again. I'm going to New York Thursday through Sunday.
Wait, this long weekend or?
No, next. For fun. I'm living out my dream. I know.
That's crazy.
It's beautiful. You guys need to follow. Please follow Mai. She's insane.
That is crazy.
She's the sweetest person ever, but she also talks about like her struggles and the struggles it is to be a teenage YouTuber and to have all these pressures. Yeah, she's 19. Yeah. I'm like, I just turned 18. She's like a year and a half older than me, which is so crazy, and I literally just want to be her. So, yeah, that's probably my biggest inspiration, especially when it comes to YouTube. I love everything about her. And then, outside of YouTube, I don't know. I think my parents are big inspirations to me. They've both worked so hard to be where they are and be able to support my family financially, emotionally, and all the stability that we have. It's really, it's something that I look up to, and I always have. And their work ethic is kind of what perlayed onto me. And I think that's the reason I'm so hard on myself, and I post like so much, and I want to be so consistent. And so yeah, I think those are my inspirations.
Okay.
What about you?
Me?
Yeah. Juice WRLD?
Literally. I don't know. No, Cole Bennett I love his videos. Like did you see the one with Yeet that he did?
I don't think so.
It is insane. He shot it on an iPhone.
Dang.
He's been doing a lot more like shooting on iPhones recently.
Why is he your inspiration?
I don't know, his music videos are just crazy. Like I wish I could, like his editing is just crazy. Look at this. Hold on. It's crazy. Okay. Look at this. Shot on an iPhone.
Really? Oh my gosh. Damn. That's crazy.
Like all this was literally shot on an iPhone.
Yeah, the fact that it's all filmed on an iPhone is crazy.
He started that new series. He's done it with like Yachty. He did it with Ski.
Just shot on an iPhone series?
Yeah.
That's really cool. See, yeah, you look
my favorite music video that he's done is the Bad Boy one with Juice WRLD. And then also the All Girls Are the Same one. They're so good. And then
so he's an inspiration.
Yeah. I don't think anyone else, like, I don't know.
Like career-wise. What about personally? Anybody that you look up to? Besides God.
I don't know. That's like a hard question because like right now I'm like so focused on like work stuff and like video stuff that like it's like the only thing that I'm like.
It's taking over brain.
Yeah. It's like because like right now I have like so many projects that I'm working on.
Yep.
which I love.
Yeah, it's the best.
But like, it's because you have to shoot, edit, and then
revise.
Yes, and
post.
and then the technology issues, and then like my computer's so slow because I have a MacBook 2013.
Oh my goodness.
So I have to edit on an external hard drive.
Yeah.
It's just.
It's hard.
It's so hard, and then like with school and like ACT coming up. And then
is it your first one?
Yeah.
Ugh. I took
April
the ACT.
2nd.
I took the ACT once, and I'm never taking it again.
Did you say the SAT?
No, ACT.
Just the ACT?
Yeah, and I did awful.
I like tutoring every week for it.
Yeah.
And then have work.
Well, that's good that you're studying. I didn't study. I didn't tutor. I didn't do anything.
But it's like 200. Like homework.
Oh, I know. It's like so stressful. Why do you think I didn't do it? I told myself I'm just gonna go and take it once, and I
don't understand how people like do it and don't study.
I didn't study and I did awful. So good for you for studying. Like actually.
No, but like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, the people that go in, don't study, and get like a perfect score. I'm like, are you literally
kidding me?
how did you do that?
It's so annoying.
I know. It's very annoying.
And so yeah. Anyways.
I'm sorry, that was off topic.
How do you balance school life, YouTube, work life, friends, all this?
Oh my gosh. I literally get that question all the time, whether it's like in my DMs or my comments.
No, like literally it's ridiculous.
Because everybody always tells me, Katie, you're the busiest person I know. And it's true. Like, I don't know, I work a lot and I still find time.
No, you literally work like 4 times a week,
yeah.
or 3 times a week,
yeah.
and go to the gym, and do YouTube, and do school.
And still see people that are important to me.
And hang out with friends.
And I travel.
And you travel. And what else?
I just do a lot.
And it's like, I don't understand how you have time. Because like I barely have time because I'm in school, but like I have like all my classes at school.
Yep.
You only have 1 class.
Exactly.
And then.
So I think that's a really good benefit.
No, exactly.
And that's something that I've worked into my schedule. So I only come to physical school for an hour, and that's been like the best decision I've ever made.
That's gonna be me next year. I only have 2 classes next year.
It's so smart. That's the best thing you can do for yourself, especially if you want to continue a career outside of like high school and you want to focus and prioritize other things that are important to you. And that's something I've always said. You prioritize things that are important to you. Going to the gym is important to me, so every single day my routine is the same. I wake up, I go to school, and I go to the gym. And yeah, Austin makes fun of me every single day. You go twice a day. Austin makes fun of me every single day.
I literally do.
But it's important to me, and I love going to the gym, and I think it's so exciting and fulfilling to get my body moving and be sweaty and know that I'm like bettering myself.
You feel more productive.
Exactly.
And then like you get stuff done after that.
That's
so like having a good like schedule.
See? And then after that, I do everything else. I make time for things that are important to me. And I still do school. I'm still enrolled in all of my classes. I still have 5 classes. It's just not at the school. So that allows me some leeway to make time for other things.
Yeah.
And so then sometimes if I have a rest day, I'll skip, like, during my rest day, I'll go out to lunch with a friend. So I still have time, and I'm still having, like, this little period of time where I get to see the people that are important to me. Yeah. Or if I want to hang out with somebody, but I can't during the day, they'll be like, hey, do you want to come to the gym with me? And I'm like, yeah, like, that's a perfect way to hang out with somebody, but still do something that's bettering you and something that you're passionate about. So I'll go to the gym with people. I'll go get lunch with somebody. I don't know, I'll take business calls and meetings on the days where I don't have work, you know? So you find the give and the take and find balance.
Yeah.
And to me, I always like to get all my work done during the week. That's something I've always said, is I will always get all my work done during the week. That way I have the weekend to rest and reset. And so on the weekends I travel. On the weekends I go and do whatever I want with friends.
Yeah.
On the weekends I go to church. So I do things to rest and reset on the weekends, and I think that's also important.
But I've been having issues with that, is like you kind of like just work literally Monday to Sunday and then redo it all over, and you don't have like that time. And that's the hard part of like working from home or being your own boss. Yeah. Is because you have no set 9 to 5. Like you're not required to be there at a certain time. You're not required to clock out at a certain time. Yeah. Is you don't know when you can like take a deep breath.
And for me, doing this for so long, I realized if I do that every single week, I'm literally gonna burn out.
You're gonna burn out.
And I'm never gonna want to post a YouTube video ever again.
Because like David Dobrik, perfect example.
Perfect example.
He went hardcore, like he posted 3 times a week.
For years.
And then it went down to 2, and then it was 1, and then COVID hit. And then he got canceled.
Yep.
And now he's like going back into it, but he was like, it's never the same as if it was before.
Because you're just so focused on business, growth, money, success, all these little tiny factors that ultimately mean nothing if you have no balance. And balance is the most important thing that you can find.
Yeah.
And so I always get everything done during the week. And as soon as Friday hits, and as soon as I'm home from school, and as soon as I'm home from the gym, I know I have nothing to worry about on the weekend because I did it all during the week.
Yeah.
And on Tuesdays, so today, I never work Tuesdays. It's really nice. It's like my one day that I don't have to go to like my actual job. Still YouTube, I still do social media stuff, but I don't go like to work. So I always do all my homework on Tuesdays. It's like my day where I just do everything school related, so I don't have to focus on it for the rest of the week, and that way I'm good. So you make sure that you have time to take care of yourself and take care of your family and everything else that's important to you. And I know you nurture your relationship in the church and stuff, and that's good for you on Sunday.
Yeah, basically like my week is work Monday to Saturday, and then Sunday literally I have church all day because I serve at Transit. And then I have Inside Out.
Yeah.
So like my whole Sunday is church. That's like my reset.
Which is good. And that's good that you have at least one day and you get to delve into that and your relationship with God on Sundays. And I do the same thing, but it's also like, what about Saturday? You know? Like you can't just have one day. I think it's important to have 2. That's why God gave us the weekend.
Yeah.
That's why nobody works on Saturday and Sunday.
But I still work on Saturdays, like, because I have another job, but...
At Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
What is your shift at
9
Chick-fil-A?
to 3. It's so bad. I mean, it's like not as bad. It's like 6 hours.
6 hours. That's a long shift, though.
It's worse. I mean, it's better than a 9 to 5 or like an 11 to 8. It's terrible.
Yeah, well, I would just say, like, after your job at Chick-fil-A, literally go home and just, like, relax.
That's what I do,
or hang out with friends.
Yeah.
Don't force yourself, because unless you're enjoying what you're working on, then don't force yourself to work on it. Or if your brain is, like, literally so foggy and you cannot, like, get a clear, like, oh my gosh, this is what I want this to look like, don't do it, because then you're just going to end up editing something that you don't want to edit.
Oh my gosh, I hate that. Like, when you're editing and then you don't have, like, a vision for it.
And it just comes out, like, awful.
Yeah.
Because you're like, where was I going with this?
Exactly. Like,
so that's when you
or, like,
pause.
even when you're filming, like, but when we filmed the Edit Bay episode, when you were gone... Uh-oh.
I just saw it pop
Hold
up.
on.
Is it
Okay,
good?
yeah, we're good. Okay. When we filmed the Edit Bay episode...
again.
What the frick? Hold on, everyone. I have a technical issue. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Hold on.
I just saw it cut out, so I just want to make
Okay, I think we're back.
Are we back?
Is it recording?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, okay. Sorry, we'll technical if difficulties can't speak. Okay. When we filmed the Edit Bay, it was all like improv, unscripted, and it actually turned out really good.
Yes.
So like that I like when like you can film something that's like kind of just like off, like you're just like
coming up with it.
Yeah, come with that as it goes, and then it turns out good.
Yes.
That's like the best feeling.
It is the best feeling, but when you know that you're like not in the mental capacity or the brain space to be able to create something that's going to be fulfilling, and you're just working on it to work on it, that's the worst.
Yeah.
So if you like get home from work and you're like, dang, I have this deadline that's Monday, but you're like not being productive on it, then just don't do it at all, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. You have to find the balance. That's my favorite word. Balance, balance, balance.
Advice for anyone who thinks they can't make a living doing what they love. Good question.
Ooh, that is a good question.
Because like, I don't want to be like that person in an office, 9 to 5. Like.
So you said advice for anyone who
thinks they can't make a living doing what they love.
Oh my gosh. That's such a good and like difficult question to answer. I think because I've been so blessed to be able to make a living off of doing what I love, I genuinely don't think that there's anything else that I could be doing. And so the advice that I have is to find what you love, and monetize off of it. And that's the only thing you can do. Because if
then work ethic. Like, if you have a great work
ethic is so important. That's something that Mr. Meisner has always said to me. He's like, Katie, I admire your work ethic. And I think that is such an amazing compliment. But you have to first find what you're so passionate about, and whether that's editing, whether it's teaching, whether it's a small business. Like, there's so many things you can profit off of. You find that little niche topic, and you make money off of it. And
then another, like, advice thing that, like, I've always kind of, like use is you under promise, over deliver. That's, like, a really good...
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. My dad tells you that? Yeah, he's like, you can always, like, go above and beyond, but, like, they expect, like, the bare minimum, and then you over deliver, and then they want to work with you again.
Exactly.
That's like another way.
Yeah, I guess I've never heard of it like that, but I guess I've always done that, kind of like with my sponsorships. When I sign a brand deal that I'm, like, so excited for, I want to perform my best so that they come back, you know? And that's happened so many times where I get to work with companies that I actually genuinely love, and because I do an amazing job for them and they see the return is profitable for them, they want to sign with me again. And then it's beneficial for both. So advice, if you want to make money off of something you love, you just have to do it. A lot of people are like, how? Start. Like, you're never going to make money off of something if you don't just do it.
And it's funny because, like, so you're, like, a big creator, and I'm, like, kind of getting there. And, like, how I started was, like, this class. I started just producing, like, small, like, hype videos, and then for the class, and then that I post on my social media. People would, like, ask me to do hype videos for them, and then I would, like, under promise me, like, and it doesn't even have to be, like, anything crazy. Like, you just say, like, oh, I'll have this to you on this day, and then you deliver them, like, 2 days before, like 2 days early. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, like...
Perfect. That was unexpected.
Like, a way you can start is literally just, like, you post something, or, like, you just... Doing research also helps with
I think you just have to start. Like, that's the thing.
Like, literally just starting.
How do I start a YouTube channel? You post a video. It doesn't have to be spectacular or filmed incredibly. You just post it. People want to watch content.
People think it's like, oh, where do I start? You literally just...
Post it.
You just post something, or you just, like if you have a small business and you just want to promote it, like, you just post. Like,
I know, and I think that's the scary part, is being in high school. Everybody's so judgmental, and they're always going to have something to say. I mean, considering I've been doing this for so long, I've gotten every hate comment in the book, but I wouldn't be where I was.
But then you have the other ones.
But then you have the positive ones that outweigh it all, and I wouldn't be where I am without it. And do people at school still be like, oh my gosh, Caiti Mackenzie, can I be in a YouTube video? Like, joke about it? Yeah. Do I care? No. Literally, like, they're the same people that are like, can you repost my picture? So, like, at the end of the day, like, you just do what makes you happy. And to me, posting on social media makes me and other people happy. And so you just start. And it seems scary, but once you do it, people are going to realize, oh, they want to take this seriously. This is important to them. They're passionate about this. And it just...
So then, like, okay, so then where do you ultimately want to be in the future? Like, do you know, like,
I don't know. I have no idea. All I want to do is continue doing things that make me and other people happy. Yeah. And for me, it's always been social media and posting and editing videos and pictures and all that kind of stuff. But I've always had a passion for being on screen. And I've always, like, loved sports. Ooh, and so
No, keep going. That goes with a question.
Okay. I've always, like, if and when I decide to go to college, sports broadcasting and sports, like, media or journalism is always something I've been passionate about. And even, like, I don't know, I love talking and I love communicating. And so that's why I think, like, podcast, talk show, on air, like, literally anything that has to do with film and media.
If you get on the radio, if you ever get on the radio, that'd be crazy.
Like, film, media, communication are things that I've always been super, like, in tune with, and I think I'm, like, relatively good at it. So I think it's something that I can pursue if YouTube dies tomorrow. That's definitely
you have like other. You're not just on YouTube too. Like,
I have other routes and other pathways and other things I can take, but it's like right now, why wouldn't I ride out the wave of something that's like so successful? So if it all fails tomorrow, then that really sucks for me, and if not, then I'm gonna keep doing it.
Okay. Would you ever want to be in start or be in a creator house?
Oh my gosh.
Like, that would be so fun.
Like the hype house?
Yeah, like something like that, like with a bunch of creators.
Caiti's corner.
I don't know, like something like that. And you guys like live like
together.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, like 6 people or something like that. Like, would you
I actually got like an option, I've had a few offers for that kind of stuff, like out in LA and relative, like local to Atlanta. I don't think I'd ever do it.
Really?
I really don't. I just think there's something so like toxic and non-fulfilling and not like true to yourself about it. I don't know, just from everything we've seen, like the first thing you always think of is drama. It's always drama. It's always like, whoa.
And you saw how they started the Netflix series about the Hype House?
Yes, it's crazy.
Like, they literally,
my manager is calling me. I don't think, it's always drama, and I don't see myself being successful and having a fulfilling career in a house full of drama. If there was one where it was literally just like, I don't know, like all people I'm like friends with, and it was like maybe all girls, where everything was just like nonchalant.
Still creators.
But still creators, yeah. I think that might be beneficial. I think the reason people join like hype houses and creator houses is so they can clout, so they can gain followers, and then I think ultimately they just want to have like a deeper connection with people that are doing the same thing that they're doing. Yeah. But it always turns to not good.
I wish that it was something like the morning show, but like a creator house, but like with the people that kind of like. Because this dynamic here,
it works.
It's like perfect.
Yes, but here's the thing: you don't have a ton of all personality.
Yeah.
You have people that are behind the scenes. You have people that are never on screen, but that you never see, but that are editing, that are creating Instagram content, that are producing other stuff. Yeah. And so the reason that this dynamic of this class works is because there's big personality, us, but there's also people that don't want that attention
but can still work like hard and do like the behind the scenes stuff
but still produce
like
what they're passionate about.
If you can have someone like me, you can do behind the scenes stuff and be on camera.
That's the best of both.
It like works. It's like,
and that's I think why influencers are so successful, and when they do it promptly and correctly. Like I've been doing this for so long. I edit my own stuff. I produce all my own stuff. And I film it all myself, so I mean, I do it all. In this class, I prefer to be on screen just because I think it's what I'm best at, and why would I not want to do something that I'm best at? But I think the dynamic of like a creator house needs to have like big personality and small personality to work. And when you just have all these big personalities clashing and like going against each other, that's when the drama happens, and I'm not interested in that.
Okay, this is kind of a funny question, but would you ever start making songs like some TikTokers do, like Chase Hudson?
Oh my gosh, like produce like music.
Yeah, like a song
like
or something.
An actual like for realsies.
Yeah.
I don't know. So here's another thing. I think a lot of people know about me is I love music. I always have. It's something I've been passionate about my entire life. And when I was little, I used to write songs. I'm not kidding.
I think everyone did though.
Oh yeah. But like I have them in my notes. Like I was serious. Like Katie songwriter, and I'm always singing. I feel like that's something that...
you literally are. Like, before the interview she was. We were singing the Billie Eilish, what is it? Do you know the song?
Happier than ever.
Yeah.
I'm always singing. I love music. I think, I don't know. Would I ever produce a song seriously? Maybe for fun.
Just like, and see what happens? Like, just...
Because I think it's so, like, such like a thing where, oh my gosh, the TikToker is like making a song, like oh my gosh, but like some people can sing.
Some people actually can. Like
exactly.
I was like not really.
Jaden Hostler, have you heard of him?
No.
He's a TikToker. He makes incredible music. Nessa Barrett, she's made a ton of songs, and her voice is incredible.
Lil Huddy, I was like, oh my gosh, she's making songs, whatever. But like, he actually makes like rock, like actual, like it sounds like good.
I've never heard his music.
He's collabed with like Ian Dior and Trippie Redd and like it's like actual like rock, like it actually sounds like.
So some people just make incredible music, and it's like if you're talented and you're already on social media, why would you not want to profit off of something else that you could do to make more money and appeal to a wider audience?
Yeah.
So would I? Yeah, for
and
sure.
It's also like another like income
source, exactly.
Thing,
I think I would. Are you kidding me? I think that'd be so fun. Like the process, would I probably get clowned on for the rest of my life?
What would your first song be about? Like, would it be about like guys? Or
Probably.
Like,
It'd probably
my
be about
gosh.
like heartbreak. It has to be sad. It has to be sad. I wouldn't be like, because I'm happy. It would definitely be sad.
Would you do a country song?
Oh my gosh, yes.
No
I
way.
love country
No
music.
way.
Unpopular opinion, country music is amazing and Austin's just a little hater.
It's not good. The only
It's
good
so
song
good.
is by Mason Ramsey. It's
Before I knew it, I was holding all the doors,
Yeah.
holding your hand.
Okay, last question. How did the famous birthday thing happen? How did
My
that
interview?
or like how did you get on there? How did that whole process thing?
Famous Birthdays reached out to me years ago. Like, I think when I had like 100,000 subscribers.
Okay.
And basically, when you gain enough popularity and traffic on social media, they want you on their profile.
Okay.
They want you on their famous birthdays profile, so
Yeah.
that way people can go there to get to know you,
Yeah.
and have like correct information and know your birthday and all that. And so they reached out to me at like 100K, and they're like, "We'd love to have you come interview at our office."
That's
And-
crazy.
Yeah, and I
They
was
flew
like,
you out, right?
well, they didn't fly me out. I was
Oh.
like, I'm not gonna fly out just to go interview at famous birthdays because like I don't know, I feel like that's a little pointless.
Yeah.
But a few years later, I think it was like 2 years later. It was 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. I got flown out by a company to go shoot a campaign in LA, and they reached out to me
Was it
so
the one
many
that
times.
didn't?
Yeah.
Okay.
They reached out to me so many times over that course of like that period between the first time and recently, and
So it kind of like worked out. Like,
yeah,
like
it
the
worked out
whole-
perfectly.
okay.
And so a brand flew me out to LA, and so while we were out there, we responded, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be in LA now. If you're still down," which I knew they were because they
Yeah.
emailed me a gazillion times.
Yeah.
I would love to come interview and do like all the famous birthday stuff. And they're like, "Yes, please. Here's a time, date, location." So my mom and I Ubered over to famous
That's actually
birthdays.
sick.
You'd be surprised what their location looks like. They had just moved to their new location, and it is so like sketchy.
Really?
It's in a really nice office building, but it's in the middle of nowhere, and you have to go up like 16 flights, and like I don't know,
So
like
it's, like,
it doesn't have like famous birthdays plastered across anything.
So they like don't make it known.
It's very
Yeah,
discreet.
Yeah.
So not sketchy. Sketchy is probably not the right word, but it's very discreet. I think that's the
Yeah.
right word. You would not know that it's like famous birthdays because it's an office building.
Yeah.
And so we went up there, we went in, everybody's working at a desk. Like, they're still working at desks, but then they have 2 separate rooms where they do, like, the interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is also very weird. I don't think that's what I was expecting.
Do they have a YouTube channel? Do they like?
Yeah.
They like.
They
interview-
post all of that stuff on their
Oh, okay,
YouTube,
that
and then
makes
they
sense.
link it to the famous birthdays profile. So I went in, I filmed, like, the Q&A. They have, like, a bunch of questions they cut up on little pieces of paper. It's very awkward.
Is it kind of like the GQ thing where like they ask like the Google searches? Have you seen that?
Yes,
like,
I
the Google
have.
searches like that.
Yeah, kind of. They put like these little pieces of paper in like a little bowl, and you open it and you answer the question. But it's very awkward because it's just you sitting on a stool, and then the other famous birthdays person in front of you. And then my mom was there, obviously, because I was a minor at the time, 16. But
Dang.
yeah, it was very, very awkward because you know when you're filming by yourself, it's fine because you're comfortable and you know like it's just me and the camera.
Yeah.
When you're filming with a friend or a family, whatever, you know, you
Or,
can
like,
bounce off.
producers.
Or producer, you can bounce
Direct,
off.
like, yeah.
Whatever, like you're comfortable. When you're filming with a random person that you don't know that's literally just sitting across the camera not talking to you,
Yeah.
it's very weird. Because she'd be like, it wasn't her at all, but they'd like ask a question and be like, what's your favorite color? You answer, you have to provide like a little context. You can't just be like, oh, it's pink. Because then
But, like, yeah,
that's
then
no
you-
substance.
If you give like why.
Exactly. You
all
have to
that,
like
okay.
explain. Oh my gosh, I love the color pink because blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Like there's no commentary. There's no nothing. You just pull the next question. And if you try and make a joke, there's nobody there to like laugh.
Yeah.
Because you know in editing you can make like the
Look at
joke
Reed.
funny.
Look at Reed. Did you get a haircut?
It looks like
Well,
it.
haircut.
But like in editing you can make the joke funny. But when it's just you and the lady and you're out of control of what the video was gonna do,
Yeah.
it was very awkward. So would I do it again? Yeah, because they really need to update my video. Like it's so old. Like
2 years
it's
ago,
2
you
years
just
ago.
turned 18. I saw they
know.
posted about
Yes.
you too on your when you turn 18.
Yes, they
That's
always
crazy.
post about me on my birthday. It's the sweetest thing ever. I love famous birthdays. The interview was a great opportunity. It was just slightly awkward, and I feel like nobody really talks about it, like the behind the scenes of famous birthdays, because
Yeah.
everybody that I've talked to that's done a famous birthday says, like, yeah, it was pretty awkward. But it was great. Like, nonetheless, like, I'm glad I had the opportunity and the experience, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I feel like now I feel a little more comfortable and confident to be able to, like, talk about it just because I'm more, like, I've aged, I've grown, I've become an adult, legally and officially, so I think my famous birthday interview might be a little better this time, but yeah, it was cool.
Alright, that was the end of the Caiti Mackenzie interview.
Oh my gosh.
This corner
Thank
interview.
you so much for having me, Austin.
Yeah.
I love it. I want to do more podcasts with you.
Yeah,
Can this not be the end? Can we, like, do
Oh my gosh, we should.
It doesn't even have to be an interview. It can just be, like, hosting other people or talking to other people.
Oh my gosh, no, we actually should.
Or I'll interview you. Or I'll give you advice and tips.
We'll figure it out. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.